What if the biggest thing holding you back isn't bad luck or the lack of talent or even a lack of opportunity? What if the simple fact that you've gotten comfortable settling for less than you're capable of? And most people, they never fail because they can't succeed. They fail because they slowly accept a version of their life that's smaller than the one they actually want. They lower their expectations, stop taking risks, they stop chasing goals, and convince themselves that average is good enough. And the scary part is that it doesn't happen overnight. It happens one compromise at a time, one excuse at a time, and one day at a time. And before you know it, years have passed and you're living a life that looks nothing like the one you imagine. And if you've been feeling stuck, frustrated, unmotivated, or like you're capable of more, then this message, it's going to be for you today. Because today we're talking about why you need to stop settling for less and start demanding more from yourself and your life. The first thing you need to know and understand is that settling rarely feels like settling when it starts. It feels comfortable, it feels safe, it feels reasonable. You tell yourself you'll pursue that dream later. You'll get in shape next month. You'll start the business next year. You'll apply for that promotion when the time is right. And you'll leave the toxic situation eventually. But eventually turns into someday, and someday turns into never. And the comfort zone is dangerous because it doesn't look dangerous. It feels good. It protects you from failure, rejection, and disappointment, but it also protects you from the growth, success, and achievement, really. And every major accomplishment in life exists outside of your comfort zone. And one of the biggest reasons people settle is fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of looking foolish, fear of making the wrong decision. And the problem is that fear doesn't appear when you avoid challenges, it grows. Every time you back down from something you know you should do, you train your brain to believe that fear is in control. The more control fear has, the smaller your world becomes. And successful people aren't fearless. They simply refuse to let fear make their decision. They take action despite it being uncomfortable. They understand that confidence comes after action, not before it. And another reason people settle is because they compare themselves to the wrong people. Instead of comparing themselves to their own potential, they compare themselves to people who are doing less. There are things like, at least I have a job, or at least I'm doing better than some people. Well, gratitude is important, using people's struggles as an excuse to stop growing is a mistake. The question isn't whether you're doing better than someone else. The question is whether you're becoming the person you're capable of becoming. That's the standard that matters. And the truth is that nobody's coming to rescue you. Nobody is growing to show up and magically transform your life. And nobody's going to hand you confidence, discipline, success, or fulfillment. Those things are earned through consistent actions. Too many people spend years waiting for motivation. They think they'll start once they feel inspired, but motivation is unreliable. Some days you'll have it, and some days you won't. Discipline is what carries you forward when motivation disappears. And the people who achieve extraordinary things are often the people who continue working when they don't feel like it. Think about what you're doing right now or where you're at right now. Are there areas of your life where you've accepted less than you deserve? Maybe it's your health. Maybe you know you should be exercising, eating better, and taking care of yourself, but you keep putting it off. Maybe it's your finances. Maybe you've accepted living paycheck to paycheck, even though you know you could learn new skills, increase your income, or make better decisions. Maybe it's your relationships. Maybe you've tolerated disrespect, negativity, or people who constantly bring you down. Maybe it's your goals. Maybe you've convinced yourself that your dreams are unrealistic because chasing them, it feels difficult. And whenever you're settling, recognize it honestly. You can't change what you refuse to acknowledge. And one of the most powerful shifts you can make is raise your standards, not your wishes, not your hopes, your standards. Wishes are things you would like to happen. Standards are things you refuse to compromise on. And if your standards is being healthy, you make decisions that support your health. If your standard is financial growth, you make decisions that improve your finances. And if your standard is personal growth, you seek opportunities to learn and improve. Standards create results because standards influence the behavior. And the people that you surround yourself with also matter more than people most realize. If everyone around you is making excuses, avoiding responsibility, and settling for mediocrity, eventually that mindset becomes normal. Human beings, they adapt to their environment, and that's why you need people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to become better. You don't need people who constantly tell you what you want to hear. You need people who encourage growth, and accountability. The right environment can accelerate your progress, and the wrong environment it can quietly destroy your ambition. Another important lesson is understanding that growth requires temporary discomfort. Nobody likes hearing that. We want success without the struggle, results without the effort, and transformation without the sacrifice. And unfortunately, that's not how life works. Every meaningful achievement comes with a price. Getting stronger requires difficult workouts. Building a business requires risk. Learning new skills requires frustration. And improving relationships requires difficult conversation. And growth is uncomfortable because it demands that change. But staying the same it has a cost too. The pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret can last a lifetime. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. There are two versions of your future. In one version, you continue making excuses. You continue delaying the action. You continue selling flat for less. And 5 years pass and not much changes. And the goals are still goals. And the dreams are still dreams. And the frustrations are still frustrations. In the other version, you start today. You take small, consistent actions. You improve 1% each day. You embrace discomfort. You refuse to settle. And 5 years pass and your life looks completely different. And the difference between those two futures isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's the decision you make starting right now. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need the perfect timing. You don't need every answer before you begin. What you need is a decision that you're no longer willing to accept a life that falls short of your potential, a decision that your goals matter, a decision that your future deserves that effort, a decision that excuses no longer have a seat at the table, and progress doesn't happen because circumstances suddenly become perfect. Progress happens because people decide they're tired of staring where they are. So stop settling for less. Stop telling yourself that average is enough when you know you're capable of more. Stop waiting for that permission. Stop waiting for the confidence. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Raise your standards. Take ownership of your choices. Embrace the discomfort. Pursue the growth. And most importantly, remember that the life you want will always require a version of you that is stronger, more disciplined, and more determined than the person you are today. Become that person. Your future is being built by the choices you make right now. And every day you choose action over excuses is another step forward towards the life you truly deserve. Thanks for watching today. I'm sorry I haven't updated in probably the last couple days. I have been extremely sick, and I think you can probably tell by my voice. I'm just now getting my voice back. So I'm back, and I will see you guys tomorrow. If you found value to this video, just subscribe for me. I'd appreciate it. Have a good day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.